Good morning, welcome to Tuesday's Compliance Over Coffee. It was blue skies earlier, it's now gone a little bit overcast, but I hope it's still blue skies and sun shining wherever you guys are. I'm sorry about the iris this morning. Overnight they've gone nuts. They seem to have grown about 4 inches taller than I thought they were going to be, so I know they stand out a little bit, so I apologise for a flower display this morning. That's the first thing. This morning I'm going to talk to you around the subject of are you really a compliance sourcer? And this is something that I am seeing mentioned more and more when people post, not in our group particularly, although there is that on occurrence, but across social media in general. And I think it's because, good morning Dan, how are you? I mean, let's face it, I've been boring the pants off you guys with this topic now for about 3.5 years. And it's one of those things that I'm really passionate about. Not everybody loves it, I know that, I get that. But people are starting to turn it around as attracting investors by saying, I am a compliance sourcer. But actually on occasion, I'll drop in a question and say, could you share this with us? And it goes quiet, and I immediately know that they are not fully compliant. Now, I know that the vast majority of you that have been in the group understand at least basically what full compliance looks like, and of course some of you have worked with me and achieved that level of compliance. But what I thought we would do over the next few weeks, now that I've finished the 8 questions for investors, that we would have a re-look again. Morning Mova, how have you? Have you got your coffee? That we would have a re-look at my 12 steps to sourcing compliance, and we'd split them out one step on each compliance over coffee until we've gone through them. Now obviously I can't cover them in the in-depth way that I do on my 7-day workshop. That isn't going to happen, but we can talk maybe about one segment of that particular step in more depth on compliance over coffee. And of course, you can ask any questions that you want in the Facebook group as well. So our mother says, yes, you've got coffee, or yes, you want me to do the 12 steps to compliance again, Mova. So I thought that would be what we would do, and it will take us about 6 weeks, just a little bit over. And it's one of those things where that will take us, I know that a lot of you want to hear this, but quite close to Christmas. We're now in single digit figures, and Tony always keeps me updated, as I'm sure that you know, and we're now in single digit figures to get into Christmas Day. And I always say when we get to single digit figures, it absolutely flies by. So by the time we've gone through these 12 steps, there won't be many compliance over coffees left before we actually hit Christmas Day, guys. But what I'd like you to do is to drop me some more topics that you'd like me to cover in depth for you after we've done the 12 steps on the run up to Christmas. Maybe something that you're not quite sure about, or something that you feel we haven't covered in a little while and you could do with a refresher on. And we'll tag them on and we'll use them at a later stage in compliance over coffee. But for me, I feel that a lot of people out there are now saying, I am a compliance sourcer, and advertising this to investors. And maybe if the investors aren't aware that there's a lot of due diligence to be done on sourcing agents, that still sources are pulling in investors, and a lot of investors are still losing cash. So I think we need to go over the 12 steps again. Plus I think it helps people who haven't maybe heard it from me before or are new to this group to get a brief understanding as to what exactly full sourcing compliance looks like. So that's where we're going, and we will start on Thursday with step 1. So that's compliance over coffee for this morning. I hope you have a fantastic Tuesday, and I will be back with you on Thursday with step 1 of our 12 steps to sourcing compliance. Bye for now.